Hi, and we're back. Fly and chat after the space war in Indy hour stream this morning. We're going to be flying some airplanes. I'm going to start with the IL-2 Sturmovik. Battle of Stalingrad is the base game you have to get, and then you can get all these other ones. The latest edition of which is Battle of Bodenplatte, which is a very green map, which I like a lot. Battle of Normandy coming up, I think next year at some point. And the P-39 is an airplane that is often a little bit controversial in the Second World War. It's above a certain height. It didn't have a supercharger, so above about I think 17,000 feet or 5,000 meters, it didn't have enough power, so it became very slow and it didn't perform well. But for ground attack, it's excellent. Engine is back here behind the pilot, which is unusual, and the reason they did that is to put this big 37mm gun in front. Okay, and it has like a couple of, I think, 303 7.62mm machine guns, 4 of them, 2 on each side of the wing, and up here it has a couple of 50 caliber machine guns. So really heavily armed ground attack plane. The 37mm gun that fired through the center of the propeller makes it particularly accurate if you get used to the gun for a ground target. And it had also a reputation for getting into a flat spin easily. And I was reading the Wikipedia article about that, and apparently if you didn't put ammunition here in the front compartment, that caused a problem. So as long as it was balanced well, like there was ammunition always loaded, or at least a ballast, basically weight put into the front here, the center of gravity would be in the middle, and it would perform fine. But so we're gonna just investigate some of these things and do some ground strafing practice, maybe some air-to-air practice as well. Very unusual airplane. It's the first fighter airplane to have a tricycle landing gear. That is, most World War II fighters you see have the tail wheel here, and the front is pointing up, so you can't see anything. You're like laying here, and then you have to get enough airspeed to go like that and to be able to see where you're going in the runway when you're taking off. So this one, before the P-38 has 3, you're standing like flat, you can see in front of you better, and it's actually also makes it a little easier to land, I think. All right, so let's do a quick mission. Just gonna do something near I don't know, where should we go? Near Brussels, maybe north of Brussels here. I already have it selected. Have fuel about 55% because we're not going to be flying too long. I have a convergence out to 500 meters where it's going to be doing ground strafing. We don't need to. Let's put some additional ammunition and special additional loadout variants of the M4 37mm gun armor piercing rounds. Okay, let's just leave the regular rounds. Let's see what happens. I have no fixed loop radio compass for navigation of radio beacons. Okay, I'm not going to put any of this. You can see the detailed modeling they do. You can actually add this other stuff. That I'm going to use the wild power paint scheme, just because I like the name. The ground targets, I'm having everything except ships, because we don't have in this particular Bodenplatte map. I don't think we have we have water up here, but in this particular airfield, I guess there's no ships, or maybe in this map there's no ships to attack. Weather and time, let's make it I don't know, 1 in the afternoon for a change. I usually put early morning or late morning. Let's leave yeah, cloudy, clouds at 500. That sounds good. Go. No air targets right now. I'm just gonna take off. I think I'm starting from it being parked because I want to show you the odd how long it takes for the engine to come on this airplane. And it's fun. Another odd thing is that there's a little side door on it. So most of the World War II fighter planes, you'd have like a canopy that you open like this, and this one is like a little door. So it's almost like it feels like a little car, like a car with this big, like the wheel off the big stick in the front. I'll show you what I'm talking about. You can read about the specifications, dive speed limit, landing, takeoff speed, and all that over here. It's often useful to read it if you're not familiar with the aircraft. Takeoff speed 150 to 180 kilometers per hour. I think that's about 100 miles an hour. I'm not sure, but we're gonna just find out. Okay, I like to not really read manuals too much and get a feel for the airplane, see if I can take off without crashing before I go back and read the manual. Okay. All right, here we are. Lovely thing of IL-2 is that you can zoom in and out, like most flight simulators and Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. I can zoom in and out of the scroll wheel. Okay. Here's our little the door here that I was talking about. It looks like a car is open. You can see our pilot in there. Very minutely modeled P-39 Air Cobra machine. So very strange for a World War II airplane, because you can see the engine is behind the pilot. You can see like over here in the exhaust system. So it's like behind me here. So that means the sound's going to come from behind me. And it's a very odd sounding airplane. This is an Allison engine, not super powerful, not like a Merlin. Okay. And another cool thing of the IL-2, you can actually zoom out quite a bit if you press W and S from this view. If you press F2 and you press W and S, you can actually zoom out quite far in this game, which is really nice. You can turn off all the heads-up display. You can see this nicely modeled landscape here, and then zoom all the way back in here into this P-39. Okay, let's turn on the engine. IL-2 Sturmovik, it's not a clickable cockpit by Microsoft Flight Simulator DCS, so it's much easier to start up the engine. You have to click a bunch of little buttons. You can just press E, and then you can see everything accurately simulated. You can see like everything moving by itself. Okay. I don't know if how's my sound, if you can hear all this stuff, but in this plane, I think I have to put I haven't looked at the Requiem video about flying this plane. You should follow Requiem on YouTube. It's a wonderful, a real world pilot who flies IL-2 Sturmovik, and it's his opinion as well that this is the best, I believe still the case, that this is the best flight simulator in terms of feeling of flight. And he has wonderful videos about flying airplanes. His name is Requiem on YouTube. Okay. Take a look at my sound levels here while the airplane is turning on to see if you can hear it. Okay, okay. And here we go. Very throaty roar of the engine there. The door's going to close automatically. Okay, locked. Very loud. I'm going to turn down the volume here on my speaker. I like to have wired speakers. See this sort of whirly sound. It's almost like a little annoying, the whirly sound this plane makes. It's a gun that goes in the middle of the airplane. So the propeller shaft, the thing that attaches the engine to the propeller and makes it spin, is actually underneath the pilot's seat, like underneath the floor here. So that worried pilots apparently in the beginning, but afterwards they saw it was fine, and it's not as much of a risk to get injured if you crash if the engine is forward apparently. Okay, so I have my dad here accompany me, and my grandfather. You can put your own custom pictures in the cockpit in this game, which is a lovely thing. My uncle's hiding a bit here. Ooh, what happened? Did I turn off the engine? Maybe if you throttle down, you turn off the engine. All right, let's try it again. Okay, press E. You can see everything animates. Everything's animated. All the dials. And recently they've added these like reflections. So if I move my head around the cockpit, you can see the reflections move. So it really looks like you're there. And I can't imagine, this game apparently is excellent in VR. I don't have a VR headset. I hope I can afford one eventually, maybe next year at some point. But okay, let's try again. Battery on, generator on, prop on, a bunch of stuff getting clicked around. I think they're probably in the propeller pitch to maximum there. Put the throttle back. What else? Fuel on. See, all this stuff gets animated for you, so you don't have to worry about clicking all that. You know, many people like clicking all that stuff, and I totally understand. I enjoy it in Microsoft Flight Simulator and DCS, but sometimes you just want to fly. So this game is a great combination of in-between, a balance between very high fidelity flight modeling and cockpit modeling, but a bit simpler to letting you just turn on an engine with one click. What the heck is that thing? Battery. I think this battery is okay. So here I can see the engine. I can hear the engine spooling behind me. Okay. Let's put my head up again so you can see the reticle. I don't know. Maybe the. I don't see my reticle in front. Maybe the engine has turned on to get the battery power to come on to turn on my my gun sight. All right. Alright, let's try to move. Here we go. Now the power has come on, so my gun sight is there, and you can see I have a backup one. If I hold my command to move my head in the cockpit. If that breaks, I can always move my head to the right here and line up this thing that's actually painted on my canopy here in the front glass with that little dot thing there, and you can aim like that if needed. Okay. For now, I'm just gonna leave it default right there. All right. Let's turn off the parking brake. I remember how to do that. It's very. You have to have smooth. For this airplane, you have to have a smooth engine movements. Hey, Purple Storm, the man in the middle of the picture. That's Frank Griffey. That's your great grandfather. Your grandfather is to the left there, but unfortunately, in this particular airplane, he's put behind that thing. So I'll fire up another airplane to show you after it's Alan Griffey, all right? And my dad is the one there. That's Frank Griffey in the middle. So I have their picture with me in this game usually when I fly airplanes. I'm gonna use a different airplane that actually maybe I can move my hand around to get a peek at him from a different angle. Maybe from down here. Let's see. No, it really covers that. The positioning in this one really covers the left side of that picture. Usually you would put a picture of one person in it, so 3 people. That you didn't think of that's not a huge deal. The other airplanes do show it well. Okay. I don't remember where my parking brake is. What is parking brake? Ooh, okay. I think I've already moved it. Okay. Let's try to slowly. Whoa. Okay, and I'm already shooting my gun. That's probably not very good manners here. Let's move forward and get this P-39 in the air as best we can here. I think I should probably taxi right. You can taxi outside of on the field. In IL-2 will, as long as you're not going too fast. You leave a little mark over there, but it will let you taxi the airplane on an unprepared airstrip. And actually, in World War II, a lot of these airstrips were unprepared. How you doing, Dom? Yeah, my pleasure, man. It's awesome that you're playing Elite. I hope I can join you in the universe. I don't think that's cross-play right now. We're playing console and PCs. Or maybe it is, I don't remember. I hope it is. If not, I'm looking forward to getting your PC, the new PC, and that will run an old PC pretty well. Maybe we're playing an old PC. We could meet online on that whenever you want. Let's try to play COD Warzone tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow or Sunday, just give me another good time to go. I'll do my best to get there. Alright, we're gonna point left here. Okay, you can use the brakes to turn a little bit faster. See if I hold my wheel brake while I'm turning, it moves that landing wheel there in the front. Very finicky airplanes to have to be very smooth in the control, especially with the tail draggers, not the P-39, but the ones that have that don't have the tricycle landing wheel. These are very finicky airplanes. You have to be very careful with the whoa, I keep pressing the wrong button because that button, Microsoft Flight Simulator, I had mapped the secondary fire button because there's no guns in that one to my gun, so I keep firing 37mm rounds out of front of this plane. Alright, okay, here we go. I'm gonna smoothly put the power forward and we're gonna take off. That's great, 500,000 credits the first day is excellent. Very good. Alright, have to keep putting right rudder here because the torque is making it go to the left. As the airspeed increases, you can get the rudder more softly, you can release it a bit. Okay, I think I'm at about 160 kilometers per hour I have to get to. I'm looking the center bottom of the street there. Alright. There you go, the P-39 is in the air, and you can see now just how cinematic the camera is. I'm going to press G here to get my landing gear up. You can see how it has like this really cinematic feel to the camera. It's moving a little bit. It's not following the machine exactly, so it's not like the whole screen turns when I turn it. It has a cinematic feel to this flight simulator here. Let's get back to the front. All right. Very detailed cockpit. Look at the lighting on this. All those dials in there. Wow, let me get my head down a little bit. We're going to do some air-to-ground gunnery practice. Ground attack gunnery practice here. Okay, so I'm going to open up my little mini-map. Let me press H to bring the HUDs up. It's going to be a bit hidden behind my face here, but I can make it a little bigger and yeah, you're just not going to be able to see the map right now in this my screen setup. That's okay. Let's go. There's some tanks up ahead, and we're going to go and find them and try to practice with both the front cannon and like I have 2 303 machine guns on this wing, 2 303 caliber machines from that. That's a 1762, and in the front of the airplane, I have 37 millimeter cannon right in the middle there, and 250 caliber machine. It's a very powerful, very heavily armed ground attack airplane, 39. Alright. Alright, let's see where we are. Okay, I just passed them, I think. Let's see. I do have padlock key turned on here. And there they are. Alright. Some tanks for me to practice on. Alright, copy that. They're moving towards me, so I'm going to try to attack him from behind. Although I think with this particular gun I could even hit him like the front. I could come at him from the front, and it's probably powerful enough to take him out. So let's take a look. Right. Aiming at that one there. I hit it. I got it. Whoa! Almost hit a tree. Whoa. Okay, that was close. I saw it. The only reason I did a crash the flyby view let me see that my airplane was about to hit a tree, and I just pulled up suddenly, and thankfully 39 smoothly got out of that very reckless dive of mine. Okay. Yeah, you should always look at what's behind what you're shooting at. If there's like a copse of trees or a hill or something, because often you get so focused on the target that you forget, and you zoom in because you can zoom in the scene, you forget what's on the other side, and then you get in trouble. Okay? All right, so these don't have much ammo. I only have 24 rounds left of this 37 millimeter cannon out the front of this airplane. So I'm gonna keep trying to hit a. Okay, not very good. I'm gonna pull up on that one because I don't want to crash into it. As I was saying, often you get sort of target fixation, and you're so much focused on the target, you forget you're flying an airplane, and you forget that if you keep flying at that target, you'll crash into it. So, oftentimes, you'll have a good firing solution. It's good to just go around or get the hell out of there. If you're in a real war, you probably just get the hell out of fire everything you have, even if it's not perfect, then just get the hell out of there because you're scared you don't want to get killed. Well, thankfully you're playing a video game here, so we don't have to worry about that. And I can go from padlock view to back to front view very easily. Get it slowed down. Let's try to get another shot. Very wonderful air gunnery modeling and ballistics modeling. Very soft rudder pedals. They missed it. Some trouble hitting with this. Only 22 rounds left on this, then I'm gonna have to go at him with the 50 caliber machine. The 303s, I don't think it would do anything with tanks. With trucks, cars, with airplanes, it's fine. But with tanks, I don't think that would. 50s will if you hit them from the top, from the back, you're gonna hit something that's gonna get damaged. Okay, I'm not giving myself a lot of space here, but let's just try it anyway. Hey Thomas, thanks for using my emoji. You might be the first, or one of the first. I think Frankie might have been first. I'm just going to do some 50 caliber here because I'm not mentioned yet. Whoa. Let's try to give myself, and you see like there's some smoke coming out of my engine. So this game also simulates, basically, if you put on engine full power, smoke starts coming out of it. You're burning I don't know the technical part of it, but your engine's working harder, and there's going to be black smoke coming out. So put powers like that, put back a bit, and then that disappears. So it's useful to know that, especially if you're playing in online servers with other human players who are trying to shoot you down, because if you have smoke coming out the back, you're easier to see. So I'm at what? You can see my throttle over here. Yeah, I can move. I'm at just about an inch back, it won't have the smoke. So that's a good thing to sort of realize. It's one of the factors in this game that it's modeled. Okay, I lost track of the tanks. Where are they? They're gonna be to my right there. I'm gonna try to get some of these tanks. Thanks for dropping by, Domit. That is awesome. Thanks so much for just dropping by here on this happy Friday to everyone. And I hope you've had a good week and you can have an even better weekend. And wherever you are, you're doing well. Okay? The heck are these things now? Oh, they're coming up in front of me. Okay, here they are. I'm not going to go to the padlock. I'm just going to focus here and try to. I'm going to put some 50. These are 50s and the 303s all firing at once. Alright. Oh! Oh no! Okay, not very good. There goes my engine. You can see I am not an expert pilot here. I'm just like pretending to be one. So now I'm flying. I don't have an engine anymore. That's how my P-39 looks like. I hit the propeller on the ground. I'm gonna put my gears down and we're gonna try to land here. On this field because I don't have any more way to go through. Okay, yeah, there's still. I haven't even told base that I'm embarrassed here. I'm embarrassed about this happening, so I'm just gonna not tell base that I'm attempting a crash landing. Oh, there goes a wheel. There goes the landing wheel. Okay. But it's a good, it's a little, a chance to show you the damage modeling in this game. See, I was so low that the propeller hit the ground. My airplane was fine. So the propeller got bent. I crash landed, I survived. So, any landing you can get away from it. So that's a good one. A great one is when you can use the airplane again. And, yeah, it's too bad, but that happens. And it's one of the fun things in the game. And let's restart. Okay, but this time I'm actually gonna click finish because I'm gonna start in the air. So I already showed you the takeoff here. We don't have to wait for all that to happen again. A nice thing about these quick missions that you can practice is that you can go here. You can start. Let's start at 500 meters and go, and then I'll start in the air near the target already, which makes it faster for you to practice shooting at these ground targets, these pesky tanks that I thought I hit her a couple of times, but didn't blow up. So also should remember that I didn't select the armor piercing rounds, although according to the little tooltip, those were actually in short supply. So most of the P-39s, these were like land lease planes. That means like the Allies, the United States, lent these. They called it landing, but they actually basically gave these to the Russians to help them fight the Germans on the Eastern Front. Okay, and let's reduce this to about 400 meters. I think I don't need to fire. It's about 450. I don't need to fire that far out. I have to get a little closer, maybe. Okay. All right, start, and then you press P, and then here we go. You're going right at the tanks right now. Good to go. All right. This is Hurricane in contact, got that, Hurricane. Alright. Some lovely clouds here. You find the clouds with this wonderful graphical effect of like some condensation and some water droplets on your windscreen. Let's see if we can spot these airplanes. These are tanks, they should be to my right here somewhere. This window kind of thing, these bars kind of make them hard to see. Oh, here they are. Alright, same spot. You can make your own missions in this game. The editor is quite tricky to use. There's a big learning curve. It's extremely powerful, but there's a definite learning curve. I've made one mission that I spent a lot of time on just to learn the editor. It's a very simple mission. I streamed it some other time. Okay, I'm really not. It's so fidgety, the rudder is very sensitive on this airplane. I'm really not feeling it. I have to be very smooth with controls for gunnery in general, but this airplane even more so. And since I have a T-Flight Autos X, my rudder is this twisty thing here. It's not on my feet, so that makes it more difficult because I have like, you know, instead of just having 1, 2, 3, 4 axes on my right hand here, I have 6 because rudder as well. It's a little harder. I have rudder pedals. It's easier. My rudder pedals are in Rome, in Italy, at my mom's house. And, it's something I may get them, but I may, they're very old, so I may just, they're very creaky and they don't work that well, so I may just get new ones eventually. I'm wondering what the heck I would get if we track IR or VR headset of rudders when I can afford it at some point next year. Alright, here we go, let's try again. Focus here. Okay, couple shots, still not feeling it. I'm gonna do a hammerhead maneuver now, so I'm gonna go up, lose speed completely, and then put hard right rudder and fall down like this. And hard rudder. And on the airspeed, look to my side to make sure I'm horizon. Let's do left rudder because it's going to the left anyway. Reduce power a bit on that engine. And I look down, I'm coming back down. You can really feel the weight of the airplane in this video game. You can feel it really like falling like the heavy thing that it is, you know. Alright, let's go for this rightmost one here. Just try to focus and keep the movement smooth. I should fire at about 450, that's my... Oh, almost hit him, just right in the back, okay? Staying low here, watch out my wing doesn't hit that tree. Recently these, slowly all the airplanes in this video game are getting 4K textures, like high resolution textures, and the P39 ones and the latest ones to have a high resolution texture paints. I forget the name of one of the people who does a lot of these, is very talented airplane paint artist, because you can, you know, you can put a lot of detail into the way these airplane looks. They look, you can make your own paint work and put it in the game. So it's nice to see them being added in. Okay. Yeah, hit it. That was a full-on hit. Come on. It's smoking now. Okay, it's smoking. Okay, that's good. I think I can press, what was it, Control F5? Yeah, here you go. It's smoking. Oh no, the smoking is the engine, okay. It has what it looks to be like some sort of fuel tank thing in the background. Let's try to hit it again. Crazy that thing's not blowing up. Maybe I'm just gonna open up with the 50s. This 37mm cannon is supposed to take these things out, you know, quite easily. Maybe these tanks are quite well armored. I'm not sure what kind of tanks these are. I'm not a armor expert in World War II. Maybe a relative of mine who plays armor games could help me out of this one day. Or let's try from the side. Maybe the side armor is weaker. Okay, thought there was a hit too. Objective completed. What do you mean? I don't know, this is some weird radio messages. It's no quick mission that just gives you random radio messages. I don't think I've completed my objective. I haven't destroyed one tank here. So the P-39 ground attack is it's probably more like pilot ability here than the P-39, okay. Above there is ricochets. Okay, another full-on hit and nothing. What's going on? Okay, I'm just gonna try with the 50 calibers in the field freeze this time. Thanks for the alert, Vicious. Thanks for using my my emoji that Twitch staffs gave the go ahead. It's a fun thing. I like this emoji thing. This emote you can design your own. All right, let's try the 50 cals in the field, please. See if maybe those are magic and maybe there's some problem with this. got confused because I use my hat here. That's what I use for, what I used to look around is this little thing here. Okay, so that's also in here. So I have a lot of stuff happening in my left, my right hand here. Eventually, with Track-IR, I'll be able to like have this weird thing stuck to my head here on a hat, and I'm able to move around and look around like that, which is useful both in this, but in this video game called Arma that I'm gonna start a new. It's a soldier simulator, and you can use that and that as well to simulate the head of your soldier turning around. All right. Gonna fire everything I have at this one. Pretty good hit. We get disabled it. The damage modeling is also is not only present in the airplanes, it's also present for ground, because you can actually drive a tank in this game too. So I must just be hitting armor and not hitting anything crucial. Maybe I'll try flying again and loading up the armor piercing rounds and see how much of a difference that makes. I've hit it. I feel like I've hit several times that. It's gotten slower, maybe that last one. Let's stick to it. Okay. Like a predator in Africa, you go for the slowest animal. Alright, some strong hits as well. I barely cleared it. Maybe maybe I'm finding a bug, or maybe just these tanks are impervious to 39's weaponry, and I would have to hit it with rockets and bombs, which may be the case, or armor piercing 37mm rounds. I'm gonna keep trying until my ammunition runs out, at least for the 50s and the M4s, and then I'm gonna switch from the tanks to some trucks. We're gonna find some trucks, and those should be more easy to take out. Let's clear those trees. Oh wow, 11 viewers. I think it's some sort of record. Thanks for joining in tonight. I mean, it's afternoon outside here in New York City. I will do some Microsoft Flight Simulator later in this same stream, but you know, if you fly a plane that has no guns for too long in a video game, you feel like blowing something up. So I do, at least, because it's fun to do that and not hurt anybody. So I'd like to jump back into IL-2 and disciplinary practice. It's quite it's like, you know, shooting a bow and arrow is quite calming in a way. Yeah, you see some ricochets that hit the tank and it went different directions. Very minutely modeled ballistics in this. These tanks, this P-39 is not having any effect on these tanks. I probably need armor-piercing ammo or some bigger cannons, like maybe the IL-2 Sturmovik, the namesake of this video game. If the cannons would do better here, because that was like the A-10 ground attack airplane of World War II. Yeah, it's a fun plane to fly, and you'd be able to definitely blow these things up more easily than the P-39. Let's try again. Trying to hit the back of it. Really having trouble. Careful not to get into a inverted flat spin, that would be bad. Alright. This airplane has especially if the ammunition is running low in the front, there's less weight in the front, so the center of gravity shifts, and then you get into some pretty deadly spins that you can't get out of, especially at low altitude like I am right now in this ground attack practice mission. Alright. In the name of all the gods, I command thee to blow up in this run here, okay? Goodness sake. Okay, I waited till he came into my view and nothing. These things are like impervious to my shots. What if I try just, you know, just for a good luck charm to use the backup sight? I move my head from the left here to the right. and I line up this little dot here of that thing to line up the back of sight around there. Ooh, is that good enough? Down, up there. Well, that almost. That's okay. There. Zoom back out. The padlock view doesn't lock into the enemy unless you have them in the screen somewhere. Okay. So now I lost them. Either to the right here somewhere. There is a dynamic campaign in this game too. I've never actually completed a whole dynamic campaign, but I want to show you that at some point. There they are. Okay, they're behind trees, so I can see them. Keep going. Let's see how accurate this is. Okay, I'm gonna go for the middle one there. No. No luck. This is not doing the P-39 any favors in the favorite World War II fighter plane raffle. If anyone is is trying to decide if they want to try this plane. Usually, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's a type of tank. Maybe it's my flying. Maybe it's a little bug. But usually these things will blow up. I'm gonna do one more pass on them. If nothing blows up, I'm gonna keep going south towards Brussels and go for the trucks. Which have more luck with those. Okay. Another full hit, I think. And I was. Okay, these tanks are really not doing anything to them, so let's keep going south towards Brussels. And let's see if we have better luck with the trucks, the unarmored vehicles. Okay. '39 Air Cobra. Oh, in the wrong direction. I have to turn right here. I'm going over my airfield again. There are some trucks for us to hit in that direction. They're near Brussels Helmet. Passing by Ever right now. Already see them up ahead. Alright. I have 7 rounds of M4 37mm. High explosive round, which seems pretty useless against those tanks. Let's see if I have better luck with this. These should be trucks, unarmored trucks. They are going to try to get out of the road to avoid my strafing run after I make the first pass. I missed. Oh, those are bad shots. Difficult to aim this thing because it fires a very heavy shell, almost 37mm, a heavy shell, so it's not like just it's like you're lobbing a big rock at them instead of firing a very fast rate. Ooh. Oh, and I'm taking hits here. What the heck is that? It's an anti-aircraft gun. I'm injured. You can see some droplets of blood on my skin. Okay, there's an anti-aircraft gun there. Oh dear. Okay. My left wing is really pulling and my right wing is pulling. I'm going to try to go for the anti-aircraft gun if I can. Oh, and he hit me. Whoa. That's a fail. Wow. Okay. Let's do this, okay? I'm gonna switch the ammunition to the armor-piercing ones, and let's see if that one changes something of the tanks, and two, I'm gonna remember that I had set on ground targets, I had put like anti-air artillery, so the anti-air artillery is clearly protecting that convoy. I have to remember to attack the anti-artillery first, since I'm going to be circling and going after it. But first I'm going to go here. I'm going to take a look at the modifications, and we're going to put special 37mm gun ammo, armor piercing. Okay, land leasing of this type of rounds was limited, it's telling us, but okay, let's put it in, accept, and start again. We're starting in the air, speed things up, and let's see if this armor piercing rounds will have make a difference with those tanks at least. And I'm gonna do a couple of passes in the tanks, or at least if I get good hits in them and still nothing happens with them, I'm gonna file that as either ineffective P39 or a bug. And I'm gonna move on to the trucks. Well, at 40 minutes already. When I reach about an hour, I think I'm going to go to Microsoft Flight Simulator. But let's see how we're doing. Okay, see how I'm feeling. Okay, go. All right. There they are. Oh. Starting a bit further from them now. It's a little bit random. Go for the tanks first. The tanks are to the east. What is this thing over here? It's like a, this is a friendly, it's a blue. Let's do a low pass and see what it is. Couldn't see. It's like a, I think it was a Jeep or something. It's my boss down there telling me, what the heck are you doing? Right, approaching the tank should be to my right now. Not seeing these. Forward, right? Right, there they are. Okay. Alright, now we have armor piercing rounds in the M4 47mm gun out front. Let's see if this makes a difference. I'll turn everything off here for focus. Is there anything? Maybe I missed, I'm not sure. Rounds fired, 28 rounds left. That was a full-on hit right in the back. Wow. I don't know what to say about this. I hit the tracks. Have like a god mode turn on these tanks. Almost crashed. Okay, let's try the 50s, and then we're gonna go for the trucks. What is happening? I'm asking the gods. The gods of code. I mean, I haven't flown the P39 for a long time. I like flying the IL-2 Sturmovik, the namesake of this video game. And with that one, I can usually, you know, if I hit these things with 20mm cannons, even if it's a tank, it'll blow up. So maybe the P39 is really just not that effective against these things. Nothing. Like one more pass, then we go to the trucks, alright? Oh, it's smoking. I think I got one. I think I got one. It stopped at least. It does model secondary explosions, so you might hit them and they blow up later. But I should get a little message that I destroyed one if it actually did. But yeah, one is stopped there, yeah. There you go. That one is smoking. Okay, finally got one. Wow. Let's make sure. Wow. Difficult. Okay. Well, let's try to stop the other two. Now that I got one, I want to stop the other two. I'm too close. It's kind of risky for me to. Here you go. Hypertoxia destroy martyr thing. 1, 2, bus. Okay. Stay low here. Let's try to come really low, right from the side of the tank. Maybe they have good armor on the top. These type of things here. Metal, mechanical, lumbering beasts going lumbering across the European countryside like some sort of nightmare from another era. Okay, here we go. I'll try to get lower, okay? Didn't even blow up. I want something to blow up. See, it bent it, but it's still working. The engine's still working. But it's bent. The damage modeling is so detailed in this. Alright, here we go. And it stopped. I'm gonna open my door already. Opening the window here so I can bail out. Or bail out, no, I can. Alright, well, I got one. Wow, I'm gonna have to fire. I'm gonna have to get the IL-2 and shoot the IL-2 afterwards, or a P-47 with like 6. Is it 6 on each, or is it 4 on each wing, or 3? But I don't know. But that sort of stuff blows these tanks up easily. But the P-39 is not having a good time with these tanks. Maybe that 37mm cannon is ineffective against these things. So let's go for the trucks, okay? I want to show you something blow up. Let's go. The trucks are to the south. Let's go. I love how the clouds leave a little shadow on the landscape there. So pretty, like green landscape. The Battle of Bottom Plate update for this game is my favorite mainly because of the very green landscapes. I mean, Kuban has very green as well, but it's something about the shade of green here in this Western European landscape that makes it really pleasant to fly. And after playing Moscow for a while, Stalingrad can be very brown. The winter ones, at least, I much prefer to by, especially after playing a lot of space games. There's a lot of black. I like to, in a game, to have lots of green. And let's not forget that there's a anti-aircraft battery there. I think it's the last. It was at least the last. I don't know if they're randomizing it. It was the last vehicle in this convoy. So let's try to take that out first, so that we don't have it shooting at us. It's that thing over there. Okay, that last one over there. I'm gonna try to come from behind it, from that direction. And ooh, there's a train up here too. Oh, should we just go for this train target opportunity first? Let's do that. A train of ammunition, probably. And supplies for the enemy coming through, another target opportunity. I'm such a I'd be so sloppy, and I'm such a a spectacle of failure today, this afternoon. It'll be a long week. I thankful I almost got blown up in Elite yesterday just by crashing to a space station, but it happens. Thankfully, I can just click restart, and that's the. And you just have to. My punishment is have to wait for a little bit of the loading screen. Okay, it would be nice if it was a bit faster. I do run this on an SSD, but it's not too bad. Alright, let's try again. And if you are impatient with these games, because if you play the campaign a lot, okay, there's you really play it like you can choose to start in the air or take off and stuff like that. But often, depending on the campaign you play, you may have to fly long distances. And to make it fun and not boring, I want to just have some quick action. There's these keys. I think it's right bracket and left bracket, square bracket or whatever you want, and that increases the time. So from the outside view, you can see I can both decrease time to make it slow it down, and this is useful when you make recordings of what you've done before in really slow, in extreme slow motion. I'm 132 of time here, so you can really like slow things down and see what happened, where your shots landed when you do a recording of this. Or you can speed it up, and you can speed it up so to make you reach the target more quickly. So let's speed it up now. I'm speeding it up, and then you can get to the target more quickly. So that's a very nice feature of this game. These games that they have historical, they model on historical battles, and maybe you had to fight for a very long time before you even saw an enemy. But maybe you don't have a lot of time to just flying in one of these airplanes to get to the target. You want to get to so just hit that button, speed up time, and then when you see like enemy appear, you slow it down and you get right in the action. It's like a simulator. And the other way around, kind of slow down to really see. That's what I probably should have been doing. Those tanks, I probably do in this. Do that next after I attack this column of vehicles here. I'm going to attack those tanks again with the P-39 with armor-piercing ammo, and I'm going to record and see where the heck, if I'm even hitting them, what the heck's happening, that those things are not pulling up this 37 millimeter. So let's and I can actually slow it down here while I'm shooting too. That's can be good practice, but I like to stay in the flow. Oh, stopped it. Turn, because we're gonna start shooting at me if it's still that thing. Maybe it's not. Maybe they don't have an anti-air thing. Maybe it's random, and maybe it was a different convoy that I attacked. I'm not sure. It's not shooting at me right now. It did stop. Maybe that's a fire. Alright, well, let's keep going for them. Stop. Let's switch. Oh no, it is firing. Oh. Okay. Now it knows I'm here. Now it knows where I am. There's Brussels in the bottom here, I believe. Brussels in 1944. not modeled to the level of Microsoft Flight Simulator, obviously, but nicely. You know, it's a very workable. I like the maps in these games. Done a very good job. And it's all based on historical data. Pretty much fire as I can at that, because when he goes head to head with an anti-aircraft battery, you don't joke around. You want to fire as much as you can at them, and even if you blow them up with like pure luck, it's better than getting blown up by them, because they're gonna fire at you too. So it's just going head to head against a dangerous thing, and you want to give yourself as much chance of success as possible, including firing a little bit wildly. Okay. Oh, here we go. This is dangerous. Okay, let's get down. I missed. I should have put more left runner. I wonder if there are different skill levels for the AI for fighter pilots. I wonder if there's different skill levels for the anti-air guard. Oh, I'm getting fired at from the train too. There's air-to-air in the train too. Jeez. Okay. Get anything? Whoa! I can mix Sturmovik here. 39, not doing well. My M4 rounds are all gone. Now I just have 110 rounds of 50mm and a bunch of rounds of the weak 7.62 aka .30. Ooh, taking fire here from the left. That train firing at me. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore the train for now. Let's go back to this one. Oh. Through the tree. Alright. I read, I keep mentioning during my streams this Roald Dahl book called Going Solo. And he has a wonderful description of what it was like. He flew a hurricane in Greece, okay, against the Germans. The child, the author Roald Dahl, who's a fighter pilot, the RAF, and he has this wonderful description of what it felt like to see these tracers coming out of gunners positions in the Heinkel 111s and stuff like that when he was firing. Felt those were some good hits, but this P-39 doesn't have teeth today. Maybe it's my flying, maybe it's probably most likely my gunnery, but I'm really, let's try recording now, okay? I'm gonna press the record button, so I'm gonna record a little clip of this. On another stream, I tried that and I thought it was a bug, but I was actually clicking on an older recording, which was in several versions behind it. That's why it wasn't working, but it does work, so let's see. All right, here we go. I'm gonna start recording now. See on the top right of the screen is a little recording button. Seems to be smoking, so maybe I did hit it. I'll stop recording now. I like that you can map it to your joystick, so it kind of simulates in a real world what they actually had in these World 2 fighters. They had gun camera. Gun camera. I don't know if they had it in the P-39. I assume they did, so that you could turn it on, and then it would actually film outside of the. Ooh, did I destroy it? Yeah, all right, I destroyed it. Okay, in models like secondary explosion, I hit something, it might take a while for it to go up, so I destroyed it finally. Okay. So yeah, these planes had like little cameras that would actually film what you hit. And let's just stop right now and take a look at the film, okay? I'm gonna stop there because I want to see what happened here. I want to see where my bullets hit this thing. Okay, 3 heavy weapons, and maybe I destroy the 188 gun and 2 machine guns. Maybe I destroy the 2 machine guns on that train or something. Okay, fix. Finish, exit, and then you go here to flight records. And then I'm gonna filter by record date. This is what I wasn't doing the other day. Okay, and here you go, free flight. 1944 has a date and everything, the weather. Let's load it up. Okay, and it's just gonna have recorded you can record the whole mission you want. I don't know if there's a time limit, I don't think so. And you can play it back later, and the cool thing about this is you can slow down time and see it from several different angles. So I could see from the angle of the enemy anti-aircraft barrier I'm shooting at to see what happened, if my bullets hit it, what hit it, what not. Okay, game is paused. Okay, let's see if I can switch. I think F3, no, F4, no, F5. Okay, F5. All right. This is the, I think, little thing I'm shooting at here. Where am I coming from? I'm over there. Okay. So it's Control F5. Shift F5 maybe. I want to be able to see. Alright, press P, and I'm gonna slow down once I start firing at it. Okay, I'm slowing down time here. Alright. Zoom in. There I come. Alright, yeah, I just took him out with the machine guns. Okay. Now I can go back to the beginning, and I can see from my view. I can actually zoom in here and from the outside view maybe. Pretty cool cinematic, like as the tracers flying by. I'm moving my. I hit him like the first. I barely missed the trees, I think. Just pull it up there. Alright, so that's a nice feature of this game. You can do that, and you can also do the flights online. Alright. Okay, now let's do this. Let's do a quick mission again. But instead of the P39, which I'm not having a lot of luck with, let's switch to something like a P40. Okay, a P47. They call it a Jug, big American airplane with a lot of machine guns. I think it's like 4 machine guns. I'm not sure. You can get this is a classic rat at that. Several different. Let's get this. There's a Mexican. You know, there's a whole World War. A lot of different countries. I think there was a Brazilian one here. Brazil Air Force. It's Italy, September 1944. Sentapua. You go that one. Let's get that one. So I'm originally from Brazil. My dad was English, so I have a bit of a, you know, I don't like nationalities. For me, we're all the same, but I have a bit of a blood from both South America and the British Isles in me. Okay, 6 times. No, I think so. It's a total. If I leave it in default, it's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 machine guns. I think. Let's put more ammo. Okay. And let's put a bunch of stuff here. Let's put bombs. Let's put rockets. Okay. Let's put the mirror so you can see what's behind us. And let's see if with my 50 caliber machine guns I can take out those tanks. Just gonna click start. The reason I put fuel to 50% is because these planes often have to fly far away to hit their target. So when they take off, they're so heavy and it's really not very maneuverable. By the time they reach the target, they're about 50% or a bit more maybe fuel. So that simulates more like what you would have in the fuel tank when you're actually in battle, which makes you more maneuverable. And I mean, not a big deal here. I'm not fighting enemy aircraft, but it is nice to be a little bit more maneuverable. All right, I'm in the P-47. This is the Jug, big airplane, nice sound, very well armored. Okay.
Rough command. This is Marmite. In contact.
Marmite.
Proceed with your mission.
I'm rough man. What the heck? What the heck did I get these things from? It's like a real little fire, call signs from back then. Okay, look at all these guns I have in this airplane. Beautiful jug. Alright, this is an Air Force jug here. Now it's just Chernobyl. Very throaty engine sound. I think this was an Allison, but a more powerful one than a P-39. I forgot the name of this engine. Okay, where am I? Alright, to my left there's going to be some tanks there. Alright, let's go find them. This also has backup sights. I can move here to the side to use the backup one. Remain in this one in the meantime. I forgot to set the convergence, but you see you have like these, with easy mode you have, not easy mode, but guided mode, I have this, where the rockets hit is that sort of square thing, diamond shape, and the way the bombs hit is that other one, in the bottom. So this is very good practice.
Objective completed.
I don't know why they say objective complete. It's some sort of oddness from this quick mission of IL-2 Sturmovik, because I haven't done anything. Okay, let's see. Where are these tanks now? Did I turn off my... Oh, here they are. I had turned off the but... Alright, I'm just going to go 50s. I'm not going to fire the rockets right now. I'm just going to try the 50s to see if that'll take these things out. Unlike the... Oh, very, very, very sensitive rudder there, you can see. It's a very rough first pass here. Wow, I really sort of cut some grass there with my propeller. Okay, I mowed the lawn. Very heavy aircraft. This. Press the wrong button, getting the wheels out. Wonderful mechanical modeling too, like one wheel comes before the other. The P-40 is one of the most beautiful landing gear lowering sequence. I can show you that later. It really looks like a sort of bird. The P-40, the way it puts its landing gear into the way it raises its landing gear into the fuselage, looks like a bird. It lands it in and then back. A gorgeous piece of animation and engineering. All right, let's get in here. Let's try to smoothly. I'm gonna put a little trim in my nose, so I'm not having to pull this continuously here. Not very good. I missed. It's to the left. Give myself some more space here. I have a bomb and like 6 rockets total. 7 here. And the reason they called it a jug, I think, is because if you see it from the side, if you're on the ground and you look up and see on the side, it looks like a milk jug. Like a little handle there. I think that's what a milk jug looks like. I'm not sure. A milk jug, a classic milk jug. I'm not sure. I miss the days. I think they still deliver milk in England with the little electric cars that don't make sounds that don't wake you up in the morning. Now, the British are more polite than here in New York City, with like blasting, bad music out of their cars at all hours of the morning. I think, at least I hope they are. Or maybe I'm making a really broad and crazy generalization, but I miss British milk from the wonderful cows they have there. And yeah, let me shut up and try to put some 50 rounds in the back of these tanks. I have to fire a bit earlier because I'm at 450. I think my convergence here on these guns.
Rough man, this is Marmite. In
Marmite.
contact. Proceed with your mission. Winds from the west.
I don't mind Marmite. I don't hate Marmite. But they had adverts in England for many years. Maybe they still do it. The slogan was "I hate Marmite," and that was the product they were selling you. Okay. You gotta love the British, right? Okay. Not all of them, okay. Not the current leadership, but Most of them, alright. Okay, here we go. Got some good hits on the side of it.
Rough man, this is Marmite. Objective completed.
Didn't complete any objective.
Roger.
Alright, I'm gonna fire my rockets. I guess these are just tough tanks. Maybe they changed something in the modeling of these tanks that make them much tougher to destroy. I don't remember it being this tough to blow them up with 50s, but maybe something changed since I know that they had a very large ballistics update for aircraft for sure, and maybe it was for everything, ground vehicles too. Okay, here we go. Missed the rocket. Very good practice to have these aiming aids here. In the full real service, it's like this. You don't have anything. You can't even see. You have to like spot them by.
Rough man, this
by
is Marmite. In
let's
contact. Proceed with your mission. Winds
this is
from
what
the
it's
west.
like in full real service. There's no icons, so you actually have to like look around and like zoom in, and it's like, oh, there's some bad guys in there, which makes it very tense and exciting. And you know, and you're not as spottable as easily as well, so you can surprise at least the people that you're playing with these people. Let's go without it. Commit to this one over here.
Rough man, this is Marmite. Objective completed.
Did I hit
Return
anything?
to base. Roughman, leader, Roger.
I wonder if it's with me to tell this Marmite and this Roughman. Well, did you see like how my cowling's open there? I have right now. I have like automated engine management, so my radiator's open. You can see the cowling of these like things here are the radiators of the engines. It like opens up like a flower, okay? And usually in full real service, you have to control that too. So if you're overheating, you have to open the engine so it cools down. It's nuts. I mean, you have to really have your hands full, which is why instead of a T-Flight Qantas X, I would prefer to have a Cytec X52. Is it? It has a much more knobs, so I can use the knobs to control the radiator and the fuel mixture and the prop pitch and all this stuff that you have to think about of these. Most of these World War II airplanes, at least. Pretty complex things to fly, actually. You know, they didn't have all the digital stuff that's complex in the fighter jets now, but they were still pretty tough. At least most of them.
Rough man, this is Marmite. Objective completed. Return
I'm
to
really
base.
cutting it close on these things. My rockets are not hitting. I'm just having a really not a great. Maybe my convergence is all wrong, but I'm not having a great gunnery day today compared to the other stream. That's all right. It's still fun. It's sort of soothing, as I have mentioned. It's not like archery. So you're controlling basically the whole like gun platform you're flying, and you're trying to aim at the same time, which is a challenge, and it's fun, right? And especially with nice ballistics in this game. Whoa. Big hulking P-47 Thunderbolt. I'm pretty low in snow now. I'm at about what, 200? Is that my airspeed? Yeah, I'm at 200, just over 200 miles per hour. I'm not sure what the stall speed of this is, maybe 160 or something. I can see on the left here, of course. Maybe the wind is affecting my bullets. I'm just kidding, I don't think so. Although speaking of that, my friend Arthur, we're gonna start playing Arma 3 Anti-Stasi, a brand new Anti-Stasi campaign this weekend, set in this Finnish map, so community-made Finnish map called
Marmite. In contact.
Marmite. I hate Marmite. I don't mind Marmite. I love English breakfast though.
Copy.
And in this this new game mode in we're gonna install the Ace thing that.
Man, this is Marmite. Objective completed. Return to base.
Now these things are not.
Roger.
Do not spawn well to the 50s. Let's try the bomb after I finish my rockets. Okay. Yeah. So I was saying we're playing this soldier simulator, and there's this in this anti-Stasi guerrilla campaign, which is my favorite game mode for Arma 3. where you start as a guerrilla with very few guns, almost no guns, just some old World War II rifles, the Enfields I think, or something else that renamed, and you have to slowly do hit and run attacks on the AI enemies called to be good friends against the AI, and eventually you can get more weapons by doing hit and run attacks and stealing the weapons, and installing this mod called Ace. We're disabling some annoying things about it, like the medical thing and the stamina, which really, I don't need to simulate real life that closely. If I want to get retired, I'll go for a run. But it does have like wind models, so you can it affects like your gunnery and all this other stuff, which I think will add just enough level of complexity to make it more fun. How about that one? Nothing. Terrible gunnery here on my part, but that's alright. As long as it's reasonably entertaining. It just makes, when it's difficult like this, when you actually do hit something and it blows up, because this game does model like fuel tank stuff, so you hit something in the fuel tank, it blows up. It actually models the sound propagation, so you'll see the flash slightly before you hear the sound of the explosion. It's really rewarding when that actually happens. Okay, I'm gonna drop a bomb on these guys now. I think I'm out of rockets. I'm not counting, not like Dirty Harry, like I forget if I fired 5 or 6 times. So let's okay, bomb is gonna be I'm just gonna have to guesstimate because it's below my. Actually, let's do a more like Stuka style diving profile. Just my radiator opening up again to cool down the engine. See the complexity here modeled. You have like oxygen duration. You have diving speed indicated to see how fast you can dive without falling apart. You have my dad, my uncle, and my grandfather over there. Custom picture you can put in the cockpit of the plane. Maps and flight reports. That's a nice little. I don't think I can open that, but lots of lovely detailing. Okay. Let's climb a bit and let's try to come from a bit higher altitude and see if we can do a dive bombing on this. I really need to figure out how to turn off this this Marmite. Marmite, shut up!
Return to base.
Cease radio communications. There must be a way to turn this off. I had looked in the settings the other day and I couldn't find it. Alright, let's see. I did a little bit of a turning climb here. More of a BF-109 maneuver, but I did it at 47 too, of any airplane really. And so let's see if I can spot these guys, move my head to the side of the cockpit here. The heck they go? They're up front, okay. Alright. There they are. I'm going to come from a bit higher. I'm going to dive down and drop a bomb on them. The bomb has a 2-second timer, so it'll hit the ground. Give me 2 seconds to get away from it so I don't get hit by the shrapnel as well. And then it should be okay. Let's see how it goes. Boom. Okay, that looked pretty good. It must have taken one of them out. Yeah, there's still a lot of smoke, so I can't really see. One of the icons seems to have disappeared.
Rough man, this is Marmite.
It's still moving, that bloody thing.
Proceed with your mission. Winds from the west.
I don't see the icon anymore, so
attack enemy. Tanks to the east.
I am. That's what I'm doing.
Leader, tank spotted.
Yeah, I'm gonna slow down now. Slow down time, and we're gonna look out at the airplane. And let's zoom in on that thing. I think I hit it. Yeah, it's disabled at least. So a great feature of this game is you can slow down the time. Destroyed. Here we go. Destroyed. What the heck is this thing? Pan PC Kiev W11. Finally got one. All right, fantastic. Let's try to get the other two as well.
Return to base. Roger.
I want all of them now. Okay, that took a big bomb right next to it to get that thing. Even though the rockets I fired, I couldn't hit them, or they were ineffective, I don't know. Alright, let's go. 1, 2, bus. No more rockets. Bad shooting. All right in front of it. Got the icons now to get a more cleaner experience for cinematic. Okay, I'm gonna record this. Oh, terrible, no. Doesn't even work recording. Make sure I'm going at full the normal time here. So time scale 1/2, time scale 2. So I'm in normal time scale.
Man, this is Marmite in contact.
I really have to find out how to turn this
Winds from the west.
Marmite's trying to
copy.
I really am gonna hate Marmite. Maybe it's an advert for Marmite. No, it's just too good. Alright, here we go. I don't even see where I hit because I had to.
Man, this is Marmite.
I had to.
Objective completed. Return to base.
I had to hide to pull up.
Roger.
So I couldn't even see where the bullets hit. Wow, 1 hour 22 minutes. You can spend some time practicing this stuff, okay? Tanks are tough to blow up from planes in this game, I guess. Next we're gonna try an IL-2 Sturmovik just to see how effective that thing is, hopefully still. And trying to lose a little bit of hope here. Not doing good. Eight.
Command, this is Marmite in contact. Proceed with your mission. Winds from the west. Ruffman, clear, copy. Command, this is Marmite.
Almost lost it there.
Objective completed.
Okay, let's give up on these tanks and let's go for the trucks. Okay. There's some artillery to the north that's actually closer. Let's go for the artillery. I haven't shot at one of those yet. They should be much more easier to blow up because they have all the ammunition laid out. And after that, hey, good evening, Master. How are you, sir? I'm practicing gunnery in IL-2 Sturmovik, a World War II flight simulator here, and I'm doing terrible today. I'm going for the tanks, and they're really tough to kill with the airplanes I'm flying. At least I'm going to try the actual World War II A-10, the ground attack airplane for IL-2 Sturmovik, and see if I have a better look at that. My voice is feeling a little husky because I've been talking all week. That's what streaming involves, I guess. Unless I do a quiet stream, which I might do one day of the week. That doesn't mean I wouldn't say anything, but it means I would speak less and
Man, this is Marmite.
if you ask me anything, I would just respond to
Proceed
it.
with your mission. Winds from the southwest. Man, this is Marmite. Destroy enemy.
Quiet.
Artillery to the north. Range about 1 mile. Ruffman, leader, artillery. Spotted.
Boom, alright, finally. That's easier.
Man, this is Marmite.
47 Thunderbird. Alright, see, that's easier.
Roger.
How are you, Mazu? How's Rome tonight? Happy Friday, sir. If I was in Rome, I'd want to go out and have a pizza tonight. Gonna be making pizza here at home soon. I think our oven can reach the necessary temperature, and we're going to be patient and leave it in the fridge overnight or even longer to get all the flavors out of those starches. So the artillery is actually firing. You can see them firing. Yeah, there you go. They're firing. Okay. Okay, more right rudder. More right rudder. Boom. Okay, that's easier. You can see the shrapnel flying around. That's much better than shooting at those pesky tanks that I could not go up only with like a bomb or several maybe lucky hits of cannon fire. But what was it that I used in the other one? I think it was, yeah, it was several hits of machine gun and cannon fire. And these things aren't moving too, which makes it easier, you know. Coming a little steep here, don't like this. Boom, alright, another one. Oh, and you see I didn't like it. When you're coming a little steep and not that fast and you're that low altitude, you can't stall. Like my right wing was dropping, so I have to really, when you're at low altitude, you know, dangerous. Let's try something crazy, okay? I think there's only one artillery left. Let's try this, okay? I did this the other day in the other stream. Okay, this is one thing you can do in this game. Open the canopy, shoot him up, and let's see if I can do this. Pull out my service weapon. Do I have a service weapon? There you go. Colts 911, alright. Shoot out the right window. I don't think I'll be able to destroy their artillery with this one. Who knows? Maybe it'll hit one of the. Maybe it'll hit one of their shells and really get really lucky. Okay, I don't see them. Let's have to do another pass.
Return to base.
What the heck? All right. And I'm going to record this to see if I can see something from the perspective of the artillery after. Alright. Record. Oh, one shot almost got him. Alright, that's enough of that. That's not going to really work. Close my canopy. And let's get him out now. Stop recording. I'm practicing my air-to-ground gunnery Mazu. Not doing good.
Proceed with your mission. Winds from the
Too used to the space games where the computer does most of the gunnery for you. I haven't played this one since last week, I think. Alright, here we go.
This is Marmite. Objective completed. Return to base. Ruffman, cleared. Roger.
Alright, got it. The jug. Alright, let's come in for a landing. And I think I'm going to switch to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I need a little break as well. I'm in 1 hour 30 minutes right now. Okay, let's see. Where am I? Okay, let's fly south. Maybe we'll finish off our ammo. I only have like 784 rounds left. Maybe I'll finish this ammo on some trucks down there. Let's see how it goes. Those pesky tanks here still. Maybe one passing, some passing out of cover. Maybe I got lucky in this single pass on the tanks if I see them. There they are. Trim my nose down so I don't being on the stick. They're in cloud now because they're in shadow because there's a cloud above them. Hit the front side of the tracks, I think. Ineffective. Let's keep going. Let's fly to that treetop left. It's more exciting. Okay. Yeah, the outskirts of Brussels, 1944 Brussels. We'll find that. I think it's a train or it's trucks. It might be a train. We'll find out when we get there. Just missed that tree. Thank you. Thanks for looking. Thanks for your presence, Maz. Always appreciate it. Okay, Brussels in 1944. Let's find this. Oh, thanks right here, I think. I mean, train. Do a low. Oh, it's. Oh, they're shooting at me already. Oh. Get some hits. Whoa, they hit me. They hit my radiator, I think, or a fuel tank. I think it's the radiator. Not sure. Oh, and then my canopy too. Look at that. All right. Oh, they knew I was coming, huh? Okay. Well, my 528 rounds, I'm just gonna go for them. Try to get the engine. Plane is losing power. My left wing is dropping because I got hit on the left there. You see that? The heck is this thing? There it is. Oh! I'm shot up. I'm really shot up. Try to get my... Oh no. Oh no. Okay. This is the worst possible. And that's that, ladies and gentlemen. That summarizes my... Ooh! Survived. Okay. Alright, in the center of Brussels with a P-47 Thunderbolt. I guess that's one way to end it. Did I die? My guy disappeared from the cockpit. Killed, yeah. Yeah, I did. That's expected, okay. Alright, I'm gonna take a little break and follow age. Does that work? It should work. Maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. If you're following me, I should probably tell you. But I think I set that up. Okay. I'm gonna stick with Sturmovik, so we got 7 viewers here, but I have to go to the bathroom. So let's see what the IL-2 can do with those things. Okay. The first one, the Mon 1941, and fuel 50%. Let's leave it for 60 meters. Let's just leave it totally default. Okay. Even default paint scheme. I'm gonna click start. I want to see what this plane's gonna do. I'll be right back. Let's see. Be right back. Yeah, it's funny that your follow wage thing didn't work. Did I not set it up properly or something? I'll take a look at that after. Okay, oh, turn on the camera. And let's get back into this sort of gunnery. Whoa, what's going on here? Is this how it's been looking all... No, it's okay. Okay, I thought that maybe my stream was really screwed up. I thought maybe you were only looking at like a quarter of the screen this whole time, but I think it's okay. All right, now we have an IL-2. Whoa, loud. Let me make sure that not too loud. Okay. So this is an actual ground attack aircraft, like the Soviet A-10 from the Second World War. Has 20mm cannons. You know, very sort of rugged Russian design. Two big cannons, 20mm cannons, and two smaller machine guns on the wing. You can see them there. It's the namesake of this video game. And this is designed as a ground attack thing. So with this, Grimbergen is the birthplace of a lovely beer. Oh, that's in the map you saw? Yeah, I mean, you know, the best beers in the world are from I mean, the United States has wonderful beers. Everywhere has wonderful beers. But the best ones in the world are in Belgium, I believe. You know, Korsendonk, Dougal, stuff like that, and a lot of small ones that you've never even heard about until you go there. So I completely agree with you. Let's find these tanks and let's try to take them out with there they are, with our big cannons, okay? See if we'll do better with the IL-2, which we should, because it's the namesake of the game and this is a ground attack airplane. It's made to blow up tanks. Okay, so if these don't blow up with this tank, it's a very stable plane. It has like these thick wings, like very thick wings, very stable gun platform. Did I destroy one or not? I hit it from the front, so the front, if it didn't blow up, it's not too surprising because the tanks have a lot of armor in the front, okay? As if from the side and from the back, if after several hits it doesn't blow up, then I'll be like, hey, there's something wrong here. These tanks are invulnerable, but it's more likely my gunnery that's not very good. Alright, let's turn on the HUD for a second and see the ranges, because then I see like 0.5, 0.4, 0.5 at fire, that's where my convergence is at, okay? You can fire closer too, but yeah, tough things these. Maybe I'm gonna have to get the IL-2 with the 37, I think there's 37mm gun pods in the bottom. Grimburger beer, I'll check it out. Thanks for this wonderful little piece of information here, Maso. I miss Brussels, I miss Belgium. I have a couple of friends who used to spend a lot of time between West Virginia and Brussels. One of them is a photographer, artist. The other one does leather work, also an artist. And now they haven't been able to go back to the whole COVID thing, but we used to go visit them and eat a lot of French fries with mayonnaise, smoke some joints, and then wash it all down with a lovely Belgian beer. I'm coming in too steeply. I'm going to import that because I'm going to crash otherwise. Yeah, the namesake of this game is a very pleasant airplane to fly because you can just like, I can release, you know, it's not like those twitchy like fighters. It's more like a very stable platform. I move my joystick, I release it, okay, and it just stays going in that direction, which is very pleasant. And the IL-2 Sturmovik is the plane, the most produced warplane in history, I think, like 30 or 40,000 almost. I mean, these things got shot out of this. So many people died in this. Like pilots died in ground attack missions, and the Russian front flying these airplanes, and really a horrible waste, a horrible war. That's what happens when people follow dictators and forget about everything else. All right. These things are okay. Did it slow down at least? I mean, it looks like it's smoking a bit more, or am I just my imagination? Because I feel like I'm just gonna hold down. Let's see how many rounds I have. 240 rounds of the Schwach K 20mm, and I think it's 20mm. I may be mistaken here. All right, let's try again. Turn everything off. Okay, it did slow down. Maybe I hit like the gear or some box or something. I missed. That wasn't very good. I'm gonna try to go higher and come from the top. See if maybe they model that they have less armor on the top, probably. Let's see how it goes. Okay, cutting throttle. Let's swing down on this tail guy here. I missed. Okay. Now let's come from behind him. The engine is sounding a little lower. Maybe I just touch I have like this headphones that I can adjust the volume here. A nice feature because otherwise you have to keep messing around with Windows, you know, volume control, and you have to use your hand and the mouse and alt tab. So I like to have like the volume control on the wire itself, but the hardware physical volume control is always nice. All right. I'm just not a very good gunner. Down to 62 rounds of the Strat. Even the IL-2 is having problems with these tanks now. Tough things to crack in this game. In the easiest way, the big bomb drop at 47. I managed to take one out of the P-39 after several attempts with the 37mm cannon. I'm having trouble. This is the model 1941 IL-2, so it's not as doesn't have as powerful guns as the later ones, I think. Or maybe it's the same gun but a different configuration. We're gonna have to find out. But it's having trouble here. Almost crashed there. Let's give myself a little more space. Let me trim my. See this little thing that spins here? That's my trim. So you actually twist something, and then move these little tabs on the elevators. There's these little tabs here. You see on both sides, and the trim actually moves this. Actually animates it, I think. But I'm not going to spend too much time zoom that out because I'll probably crash. Okay, 50 rounds left on the big cannons. After this, I just have the weak machine guns. Good for airplanes and unprotected troops and troop trucks and stuff like that, but for tanks are not so effective. Let's go for the middle one, okay, since it's like here in my reticle. I'll cut power and just come in really slowly. Try to get some good rounds in this. Some bad shooting from Hypertech Zero today. Another thing that could help is like I have these joysticks like all loose here. That's why I can lift them up and show them to you, okay? And almost crash like I'm doing here. Maybe if I fix them to my table with some blue tack, you know, that's a very British thing. So with some blue tack on the bottom, I would have more luck here because. All right. I'm gonna go for the other one because this one I'm too close. We're just going round and round like, haha, you can't do anything with us. Okay, that's over for that. So let's go attack let's go for the trucks. These machine guns are not gonna do anything with the tanks. Head over to the trucks, we'll go pass on the artillery, and we'll try to take out the air-to-air battery machine gun before I attack the convoy to make sure that I don't get shot down from the sky by them. So this is the artillery, and further behind them there'll be the convoy. Oh look, they're firing. You can actually see them firing. Look at that, they're firing rockets. You see the artillery firing up here? They're firing over there at something. Maybe these are rockets. Alright. Convergence is too far, so first 60 meters, so it went around it a little bit. think it is a little randomized, the type of units. Maybe maybe some tanks are like the Tigers, or those are really heavily armored and they're harder. I'm just like sort of looking for excuses here. Oh, look, it's firing rockets. That's pretty cool. Alright, that's not very nice of you. I'm gonna try to stop this. Not very effective. Oh, look at the lighting on the cockpit now, it's pretty cool. It really has that sort of like a shadow. This thing sets a shadow even. Got a graphics update recently that really made the game look even better than it already was. I don't know if this machine is going to be very effective against these things. Maybe they're a little bit armored. Oh! I got one. Alright, 151. Don't know how I didn't crash into it. Alright. Took a lot of hits. How many rounds do I have left? 796. Wolfraben 40 MLRS. Alright, let's try to get the other ones to stop shooting at probably civilians. Who knows what they're shooting at. Didn't get that one. I don't think so, at least. I really hope that they let you get out of the airplane and walk around. I want like Earth legs to it, not just space legs in Elite, but I want to be able to play a flight simulator where you can get out of the plane and walk around and have a shootout out of the plane. So that would be really nice if they did that, and we could have all sorts of missions in this game. And I hope they, because I mean they've modeled, you can drive tanks already, so maybe it's a matter of time, right? Oh. Oh, I got it! Did you see? It was a secondary explosion. I hit something that lit up something else and it blew up. What was it, like 51? 151, let's put that on. Highlight there. How many rounds do I have left? I destroyed a Wolfraben 40 MLRS. It's rock rusher. 336 rounds left. Can I take out the last two with these 336 rounds left? See, I'm just making myself a little game here in this quick mission while practicing air-to-ground gunnery. Alright, that was a big ricochet to the left. I think I hit it. Let's try to come from the back. Nice thing about this model 1941 is you can see behind you, but look at it. I think this is a big, like, either a water tank. I don't know. I don't think that's the fuel tank, but hopefully not. I think it's the water radiator thing, the oil or something. But you can see behind you. It's nice, but it also meant that shut up, Typhoon. Shut up, Stork. Oh, shut up, Typhoon. But it also meant that planes that came to attack you, like fighters, could shoot you up. So in 1942, in other models, they put like armor in the back, and they put like a poor person, like some prisoner, manning a machine gun out back because it's very risky. You know? Humans are so nuts. Yeah, I hit the armor. One of the big ricochet to the right there. Only 244 rounds left in this. Trying to get some precise bursts. I'm gonna try to come low and from behind. Okay? They flew these planes really low. treetop level, literally. Make him harder to see and, you know, be able to really come at the tank at all. Put as much fire for as long as possible into the... I'm going to open the window too. A little bit easier to see. Firing. Alright. Let's see where they're firing from there. Nothing. Really the biggest issue with this right now is, for some reason, IL-2 doesn't let me map. Like, for example, I can't press this button and use the hat stick at the same time. For some reason, it won't see it. It doesn't let me map that. Because that's how I like to trim. I like to hold down a button and then use the hat that I usually use for view to trim the airplane. To turn like these little tabs in the back here, so that you I don't have to keep pulling on the stick to get things very level. It's very important for accurate gunnery. And since it doesn't let me do that, I have to get my left hand off the stick here, hold down Shift on the keyboard, and then use the hat stick, and then it lets me trim. I don't know if it's some sort of issue with my system, but I have tried 2 different computers and it won't let me do that. It's another excuse I'm making. You know, like Mr. Rice used to say, excuses are like assholes, everyone's got one and they all stink, okay? But it's true, it would be easier if I could trim this without having to get my hands off the wheel here. Alright, got some nice rounds in that thing. They only have like 98 left. Doesn't want to blow up. I'm at almost 2 hours. Yeah, it's not very good shooting, unfortunately, but thank you. Bad shooting on my part today. But I appreciate the viewers. I appreciate people sticking with me here. Anything? No. Do I carry a service weapon in this too? Let's see. I don't think I do. I think I only carry I think I have to open it. Alright. Stand by. Let's just finish 32 more rounds and we'll see what happens. These bastards are still firing the rockets over at whatever they're firing over there. I'm gonna load up an IL-2 of Mod 9042 with a gun modification that should make it more effective. That should be firing at that range, but I just keep losing with the rudder. 22 more shots. That means like it's just like a burst because it fires at such a high rate. Right in there. So I'm losing with the rudder, okay. The last thing I can do, I don't know if I carry a service weapon in the IL-2, let's check. I don't think I do. I only carry flares. Whoa. Maybe I do. Oh, I do carry a service weapon, okay. I turn off the... I think I turned off the... Uh-oh. I turned off my rate... my... prop pitch? How do I put that on? Stand by. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. Pilot gestures. Yeah. Pilot gestures. Okay. Wow, I don't know what I did here, but okay. We're gonna try to, as a last resort, I am gonna land and I'm gonna fire at them from ground level. Okay. Let's see if that works. Get landing gear down. I'm really gonna be a hero here. I know my name is Hypertext. I call myself Hypertext here. I used to be, I used to think the web was the best thing that ever happened. These days, I don't do much web development anymore, and I prefer playing video games. Oh. I'm getting confused with that outside view. Let's see if this works. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Well, I'm wounded. I'm not dead, I think. But, alright, let's try with an IL-2. I'm gonna do one more. Let's try with an IL-2 with some modifications, okay? Because this is the early war one, the 1941, okay? I don't even know if you can do modification in this. Could try that one. But I think I want to just go ahead. Let's take the 1942. And I think this one has some more options. Here you go, 37 millimeters, the same caliber as the P39 one we were using before. Let's take everything. Let's take some bombs. No, I can't get bombs. Yeah, the bombs are rockets. Okay, it's something interesting about the bombs that you'll see in the IL-2. But I can only get one or the other, so I'm just gonna stick with that. All right. Oh, and I think I actually can also change the type of ammo here. I think the blue one is armor piercing, but I'm not sure. Or one is tracer, one is not. Let's leave the default and see what happens. This should give us. Let's change the weather. Let's change the time a little bit. Let's put it at 9:30 or something. Make it a bit more cloudy as well, like average. And let's go and see how that looks. And let's see if it's a little bit more effective against those tanks that I want to be able to destroy tanks on the online servers eventually. So I'm practicing offline here, and I'm a little worried about how difficult it is to take off these things. I mean, you can hit them with a bomb. That does the job, but I want to be able to hit them with some cannons with the IL-2. See how it goes. A little more water before I start. Oh. See why it's paused? You can move around. It's a cool feature of this game. You can really sort of get a feel for the game, the environment you're in. All right. Why is my head looking that way? I'm not sure. All right. Let's open the window. No one's really shooting at me. Trim my nose up a little bit. Alright, so now I have these big guns. You see how big these guns are? Look at that. Alright, so if these don't blow up those tanks, I don't know what will, right? And you need other players flying tanks to blow them up. Alright, these guys. There they are. sure that I remember which is machine gun and which is the cannon. Okay, set the speed, trim the nose a little bit. Alright, here we go. Oh, I'm losing the rudder. Wow. What's going on here? What? Oh, my wires underneath. Wow. Yeah, that's what's going on. Lumbering beast. It's much heavier, this IL-2 with these big 37mm cannons under the wings. Alright, I have my conversion set at 460 meters, so I have to try to line up before that and fire at 460 so that both the shots from each wing meet right on the tank. Okay, let's go for that one there. Oh, I was looking at the other one of the padlock view, my bad. These are different tanks. I think they're random tanks. Maybe I was shooting at like really tough ones before, I don't know. That's why I like opening the window sometimes, it's hard to see. I think I stopped it. Maybe I disabled it. It looks like it stopped. Maybe they just got scared and decided to stop the vehicle. Let's go for the front one now. Almost. Give myself some more space. .66 rounds still. Oh, I disabled that one or something stopped, so I'm just gonna go for the others. Turn off the padlock gear, zoom in. Trim set, there's a little bit of turbulence. Almost hit it. It's close. I think I hit it. Yeah, it's smoking. Look at that. Alright, these are the little damn things I'm shooting at, okay? Oh, look at the back. The back is completely unprotected. Just hit it from the back. This particular... It's almost like a little toy tank, you know? And tanks look like toys anyway. Boys' toys. Or toys. Right. Alright. Let's get the last one that's moving. Alright. Wow. Guns are not as effective as they used to be after those changes to ballistics. More likely I'm just a very bad gunner and my convergence is all wrong. Well, that one's still moving, let's go for that one. I want the last one that's moving. The other ones I'm just gonna let him be. 6 rounds. I'm just gonna hold down the trigger now. Some machine gun fire too. That got him, but they're running. They ran. Martyr 3. It sounds like a toy. Sounds like a toy company or something. Alright, so that's blown up. Disabled at least. You can see the little guys, they ran away and they dived down with here. Do a hammerhead turn. Oh, not very good because I'm not in the airplane. I'm just trying to do it from the outside view. Then I get back down without crashing. Yeah, just barely, okay. Nice little trick to get back in the action quickly. Even though it's a very ugly one. Let's try one from inside the cockpit, a hammerhead. Go to the right, I'll open the window. Pull up, try to remain level of the horizon. Keep an eye on your airspeed, you would just feel it, like you hear the wind buffeting. Once you get stalling there, right rudder and left aileron. And go back down and into the action. Okay. Very dangerous to do if there's anti-aircraft guns around because they'll just light you up because you're going really slow. I think I hit it. Oh, they're still in there. Zoomed out. You have one more? Wow. Nice, I'll come get him in a bit. Okay, I'm gonna go for a walk after this. Ciao. Good walk. Well, Polar. Alright, well they're all disabled. Let's try the landing thing and shooting at those little soldiers with the 911s. We'll do that after this pass. Let's do it. I'm gonna try to land on that road and pull out my let's see which one still has a guy in it. This. Okay, 2 of them. One has 2 guys. I don't know, I'm not sure. We'll try to turn out. So I'm gonna cut power. I'm gonna put my landing gear down. It drops down pretty quickly in the altitude. Blocks. I'm gonna put down my flaps. And look to the right here, there's a little tab usually that tells you if I think the flaps are down, the landing gear. Okay, my flaps are down, my landing gear's down. Let's land in this field. Let's try to land on this field where they're in. I should be landing against the wind. It's only a meter per second, but it's coming from behind me now. According to the bottom left, the little HUD heads-up display there. If I didn't have the display on, if it was like this, then we'll just have to look at a windsock. Or I don't know if the smoke in the battlefield, the wind affects that too, but that's probably another way I could do it. See if I manage to land this and take some pistol shots of these guys. I'm curious to see if you can take out enemy soldiers with pistol shots. Oh, very horrible landing. You can see it's a little bit harder than Microsoft Flight Simulator to land with this. In IL-2, that's much more sensitive. But that's that. Okay. Here we go. Not very accurate. I think there's a limited distance. Oh no, it's moving. It really models the ballistics of. I wanted to land close to them. Shooting a gun in IL-2 Sturmovik. I don't know if this is gonna fit him at all. Alright, basta. I'll try that. I really need to try to land next to one of these and see if that works sometime. Alright, what is it? 215? Alright, still 7 views. I'm gonna keep going here. Alright, let's see what else. Do we have any other weapons in the IL-2? Maybe let's try the Mod 1943. I thought there was one of really huge guns. I don't remember. Still that one. Let's try not telling me what that is, but let's put some bombs in. I want to show you what happened with the little something about the bomblets you can carry in these planes. Let's do it like that. And let's get a little pinch shot. This is a blue 21. Sounds good. Let's try to get our. Let's go down to about. Because I'm shooting when I'm pretty close to them. Let's go down to about 300 meters. Bomb timer's 2 seconds. That's fine. Oh no, the fuel. I want to have 50. Alright. And let's see if those changes make it a little bit more effective. I think the tanks are always random. Let's see what we have now. If these little toy tanks or toy looking tanks or some other. I mean, they all look like toys to me, these things, you know. So when I was a kid, I used to play with toy soldiers and toy little vehicles. Go. It's maybe my last flight until tonight. Alright, you can see the target change here. Alright, it has a range built into it, so it's at 800 meters, I think, probably. So you can shoot at 800 meters, this thing. So I should probably put my convergence at 800 meters. Maybe that's my mistake. I'm acting like, oh look, Alan, my uncle has like something around his, right around his face there. Still really lucky. That's funny. Wonderful photographer. He was a press photographer, my uncle. He sent me a, he's 92 years old now. He sent me a photo he took years ago. And these workers taking down a weather vane, like a peacock, in Cringleford in England, to clean it. And he went up and took pictures. And he said that when he looks up at that, the top of the spire on his church, he can't believe he was there all those years ago. I should ask if he wants to chat. Come with me on chat sometime so we can organize that. It'd be interesting to see. You know, he lived through the war and all that, so always good to talk to people about that and well, just about their experiences while they're still around. Alright, first I'm going to try the cannons, and then I'm going to show you the little bomblets. Thank the gods I'm doing this in this video game and not in real life. I'm gonna try to set my convergence to 800 meters next, because this side here, I think that's 800 meters, almost a kilometer away. Maybe that's what I should be doing. I should be firing much further away, so it gives me more time to shoot a lot. Instead of just taking a couple of snapshots when I'm on top of things, almost crashing into them. What kind of tanks are these? I wasn't even paying attention now. Not sure. My convergence is at 350 meters, so not good for this site here, but bounce off the tank or bounce off the ground? Oh, it's looking at the other one. Okay. So alright, I'm gonna show you something, alright? On the plane here, I have bombs, right? But where are they? Okay. Interesting thing about the IL-2, it has like these thick wings. You can actually fit bombs inside the wing, you know, small bombs, not big ones. And I have these four little bomblets. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna slow down time when I drop them to show you the animation of to show you where they come out of. A weird thing. First I thought it was a puzzle. Where the heck are the bombs coming from? You can model it. Alright, so I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna be like more or less on top of the things, okay? Alright, now let me just slow down time. Let's go to the bottom of the airplane. Okay. And here, look at where they come from, okay? There they are, little compartment. Speed down time a little bit. I don't know if there's a bomb view in this. Some flight simulators give you a bomb view. I don't know if there's one in this one. Kind of hard to find where it is. Oh, there it is. It hit behind that thing. All right, shockwave almost hit him. Okay, so that's where the bomblets are hidden in these little compartments that open and drop them. Like a very angry bird, like Angry Birds. Man, these cannons are a little disappointed, and I thought it would just tear these things up. But what's up? The gunner is disappointed, not the cannon. And the convergence is totally wrong according to the sight, unless you fire it down there. Probably a good way to use this sight that I don't know about. I have to look up Requiem's gunnery video again. Has a video about the gunnery of the IL-2. Bomblets. Slow down time. Look outside. Oh, there's one blowing up. You can actually see the... Alright. Just one. You change your Apollo. My cat's where the amber left. Happens. Oh, I think I got. He turned towards me. I think I got that one. It almost looked like my shot pushed him. He was turning already. Yeah, he stopped. I disabled that one. Oh, too low, too low. Hello. You're done in a second, animal. Yes, animal cat. Alright. Paul Brazilian Apollo's upset that camera's gone. We spend so much time now at home that the cats, when they leave, they really Paulo, they get worried. It's funny. Or maybe they're like, get the heck out of here. We're tired of you here. We want some privacy. And maybe me talking all the time. What time is it? Time to eat, huh? Alright, I'm gonna finish this up. Finish out of ammo on this gun, this sort of odd gunnery practice today here. Oh! Okay, well that's gonna end things sooner. too close. Put the gear down. Let's try to go in for at least one landing that I don't. Alright. I have a poor hapless gunner there. Oh, lost the wheel. I'm not in a landing strip, but you know, can go out of it. Alright. I'm gonna leave it here. 2 hours 25 minutes. Thanks so much for being with me, all the viewers out there. I think I'm coming back tonight at 9 o'clock, but I may postpone that to later tonight or to the weekend because it's been a long week. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again. Thanks Mazu, thanks Vicious for the lurk, thanks Purple Storm 300. Thanks to all of you. All right, peace out, and this is Hypertext Zero logging out.